Well, it is Wine Wednesday today. We are talking about maximizing your wine experience at home. And joining us now via Skype is wine educator Kirk Peterson. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk about making the most of your wine at home.
Absolutely. So I think that, as far as one of the easiest guidelines for people at home to remember in terms of maximizing their enjoyment of wine is the temperature. Wine, most interested probably in the flavor components of wine. Wine also contains acid, tannin, residual sugar, so as a consequence, the temperature at which you serve wine is crucial. This is what keeps the wine in balance.
All right, let's talk a little bit about, is there a difference between like a red and a white and champagne? We're looking at that on our screen. So can we talk a little bit about the different temps when it comes to each, the red, the white, and then the champagne and sparkling wine?
Of course. With the graphic that you have up in front of you, as you can see that champagne should be served coldest, red wine should be served warm, and ideally white wine shouldn't come right out of the refrigerator for it to taste its best. But as you can see, even the upper limits of red wine at 65 degrees, that obviously far surpasses most room temperatures of most Las Vegas homes and certainly the patios.
And let's talk about another thing I do love. I have to admit, I'm a sangria girl. I love a good sangria, especially at a good tapas restaurant. Tell me a little bit about how we can, turn our wine into sangria.
Certainly, like with temperature and wine being important, and also as we start to maybe get towards the end of our pantry at this point, remember that there is no such thing as the wine police. And realistically, if you want to take some lemon lime soda and pour it into your red or white wine, add some ice, and if you put some rum or brandy in there, you have sangria. If you don't, you've created a white wine spritzer.
Well, you know what? Make it your own. You know what? I get criticized because I actually put honeydew melon and cantaloupe in my sangria, and it's pretty awesome.
No one's judging you. It sounds delicious. All
right, let's talk a little bit about wine. I enjoy a good glass of wine with some good music.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I've created as the reopening of restaurants starts to occur, some people are going, some people are not. But just to kind of make people feel a little bit more at home, I've crafted a very restaurant-style music list to be found on my website at kirkpetersonwine.com. So something to listen to at home while you cook, or something to listen to in the car as you drive out to enjoy one of our restaurants.
And I love that you mentioned cook, because you can use also a little of your wine to do some cooking, right?
There's no reason not to. Keep one open while you're over by the oven.
Oh, I love it. Okay, before I leave you, I'm excited. I can't wait to go check out your playlist. Can you give us a little sampling, some of the artists you have on that list?
Oh, go to the website. It's all over the place. Very diverse.
That's great. All right. Any other advice for all the wine connoisseurs and wine drinkers out there?
One very simple one. It's called stemware for a reason. A lot of people think it's kind of a fancy frou-frou thing to have a stemware and to hold it by the stem. It's actually a very practical reason. It's so you don't change the temperature of your wine.
Oh, I'm loving it. I've been, every time I do that, I'm like, oop, nope, hold the stem. All right, thank you so much. And again, we'll go to your website for that great playlist and more tips when it comes to vino. Thanks so much. Salud. Cheers.
Cheers.